Still fucking going. Been going since 5 o'clock this fucking morning. Walking all over this fucking town. Dogs needed dog food. What are you gonna do? They ain't ate all fucking day. Ain't since yesterday. What are you gonna do? Gotta go get the shit. Bikes in the shop. I gotta take an Uber to work in the morning. Gotta pray an Uber will come out that early. Ridiculous. 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 The tire's fixed. I just couldn't get down there in time to get it out of the shop before they close, so I can't get it till I get off work tomorrow. So I gotta take an Uber to work in the morning. Gotta hope that motherfucker show up early. Ain't got no other way to get there. And that's gonna take my fucking what money I got. But I'll lose more money not going to work, so. Already lost fucking today. That pissed me off this morning, hitting a fucking, probably a nail or some dumb shit like last time. And then I fucking had to walk it about 7 miles to the bike shop. That sucked. What are you gonna do though? I'll have it for work Monday, but I gotta take an Uber in the morning. I planned on going to sleep earlier tonight, but obviously that's not happening. Had to go get dog food. Had to get something to eat. God, I'm stopping right here for a second. Jesus. Tired of walking. I've done 10 plus miles a day. Sick of it. I had to go get more of my clothes that I had washed. I had to go get the dog's water. God. It never ends, bro. I've got Ubers that early before. Usually like old people get up that early and go out and do Uber. I've been picked up by several old people at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna order it right when I wake up. That way I'll have time to sit there and fucking wait. This bike shop don't open until 9 a.m. That motherfucker was supposed to call me when he was ready. And so I called him about 5:30 because I was just like, damn, what is it ready? Or like, what's going on with it? And he was like, oh yeah, it's ready. I'm like, oh, that's great. Could have told me that. Now I don't have fucking enough time to get there. Awesome. I sit over there and waited for a fucking hour at Sonic, like, damn. Waited for a phone call. I have Lyft. I have both of them. I don't think you can schedule. I have to see when I get home. I might have to get there like an hour early, though. Just have to take whatever Uber shows up whenever it does. It's no big deal. And when I get to the house, I'll see. My damn arm is about to fall off. Tired of walking. I'm so tired of it. Yep. I mean, it's fixed now, but it's in his shop. It's closed. Nothing to do tonight. I might not be able to get it till Saturday because I get off at 3:30. My girl's gonna pick me up and take me home. She don't get off till 4 though. So we'll see. Surely I can get there before 6. Surely. Well, that's the second flat tire. That's good. Ain't nothing to panic about. That's light. There'll be more flats to come, I'm sure. As much as I ride, it's gonna happen. Don't get discouraged. That fucking door, you're gonna be on. I'm not fucking coming after you. I do that. You're fucked. Love getting back. Figure out your way back. I'm not coming to the other end. I ain't gonna fucking camera room for you, nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm done for the day. I'm not leaving this house in the morning time. I don't give a fuck. What happens? Don't care. Say that right now. I am pissed. But can't be that pissed about it. What are you gonna do? Shit happens. Tomorrow will be better. This day is ended. It's over. What's left of it will be fine. I don't know where my feet hurt. My only concern is getting to work tomorrow. Crucial. Yeah, send $100. I'll do that. If you want, though. Say I don't love you because I fed you once again. Unlike some people who abandon their pets, defenseless bird abandoned. Sick, 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 sick stuff. It's sick stuff. What happened to that bird? Sick. Now, was it partly his fault? Oh, yeah, it was. That motherfucker flew out of the house. My shoe. I'll give you a slice of mine, Molly, after it cooks. What's your secret to staying skinny? I work out. I don't eat like a crazy person. I mean, I walked over 10 miles today, so there's that. Literally just stay active, and you gotta eat. You can't eat like a fucking, you gotta chill out with the eating. Motherfuckers eat too much. I mean, how do you get fat? You eat more than you burn. I mean, it's simple science. It's not even hard. Who's saying they're gonna put Trump in there? Who's saying that? Being poor, not being able to afford food helps too. But I eat every day, I mean. So it ain't like I can't get some food. I mean, after this next week, I'll be set. As long as I'm working, it's fine. Oh. Yes, it did. Thank you. I'll listen to Alex when I go to bed. Put him on. Thoughts on juicy fruit? Juicy fruit gum. Every day I'm at work on that assembly line, I'm think, man, if I had some gum, that'd be nice. Chew gum while you do it. That'd be nice. Now I got some gum. I remember you used to be able to get a 5-pack of gum, Wrigley gum, 25 cents. Now it's fucking 50 cents. I saw it at the store, 50. That pack was $1.25. This used to be $1. Actually, this used to be 75 fucking cents, I believe, or 50 cents or something crazy. No, I think it was like 75 cents. What's on chocolate milk? Thoughts on fudge stripes? I wanted fudge grams. They didn't sell them at the Family Dollar. Dude, fudge grams, I'm telling you. Huh. Them cookies are fucking good. I had some for the first time in over 10 years, like a couple months ago. Oh my God. It's right up there with the Churro Oreo cookie. That will probably never taste again, quite honestly. They'll probably never make them again, sadly. It seemed like a no-brainer to come out with a Churro Oreo full time. I mean, seems a success. I mean, they sold out pretty quick. I mean, they got goofy-ass flavors in there of Oreos. They got some silly shit in there, so why not have something people enjoy? Coffee-flavored Oreo. Who the fuck would even want to eat some shit like that? Coffee tastes like shit. Fuck want to eat that? Mocha latte Oreo. Like, what the fuck? Who's trying to act tough? Tim's a clown. Who? Oh, Tim Pool. Who y'all? Which Tim y'all talking about? Tim Pool? I can't think of another Tim. Tim Black? Tim Cook? My brother Tim, he wants Trump locked up. I guarantee it. Guarantee it, boy. I don't even talk about politics with him no more because he fucking. Tim Apple. Tim Walls. He's a new Tim coming on the scene. His stock as a Tim is rising. He's becoming a prominent Tim. If he becomes vice president, he'll be one of the all-time Tims. One of the greatest Tims of all time. Which will be sad. Really very pathetic. Tim Duncan. Tiny Tim. I'm a Christmas Carol. Tim Allen. Timbo 2. What if we just listed off Tims for the rest of the stream? That'll be the next Patreon upload. Just me naming Tims. Tim Dillon. Tim Turner. What did Cat Tart do? Tell T West to come in the stream and explain what's going on with Cat Tart. Tim Tam. God, who's that? What's another Tim? I feel like we're forgetting some Tims here. Timberland. Know about that one. You know what? I'll accept it. It's got Tim in it. Timberland. Because you shouldn't discuss legal immigration. He's right. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard that guy say. Quite frankly, he's right, 100%. You shouldn't be pretending like Trump is not going to do anything to legal immigration. He's not going to deport those people. He's not going to do anything. So you shouldn't even be talking about that. You're just hurting Trump doing it. You're giving liberals ammunition. You're allowing them to fearmonger off your rhetoric when Trump's not even going to do that. He doesn't even believe in that. So that's why I try to explain these fucking retard MAGA people when they were in here during the primary. Like, Trump isn't the guy you think he is. He's not doing any of that. They're just as delusional as liberals. They think he's going to do all this crazy dictator shit too. They believe it. Just like liberals is weird. Like the most hardcore fanboys on both sides believe the same thing. Very strange. But why would you discuss legal immigration? That's not even the problem. You need to focus on illegal immigration. 20 million fucking people, a lot of them criminals, just came into the country. That's the problem. It wouldn't surprise me. Nick Fuentes is definitely a fucking Fed or something. He's a fucking clown. Someone made a post about him. I read it the other day, and it made a lot of sense, like going over his fucking shit. Like, he's always making Republicans look bad. Be wary of these Republican dudes that make Republicans look bad. Like, there's something to it. Every time something happens, they got the worst takes. They say the dumbest shit. They're a detriment to the party. They're probably liberals. Sinning. I mean, liberals are dirty. I'm telling you. They'll send spies in. Yeah, replying to random DMs like that is weird too. Definitely a Fed. He didn't. He was at January 6th and he didn't get arrested. Come on. A lot of those people are feds. That's why they say the dumbest shit. Because they serve a purpose. They want to get you riled up. And they want you to feel hopeless. Nick Fuentes pushes this hopeless attitude, this hopeless mindset. He's one of these clowns. He's saying, oh, Trump sucks. Ain't no point in voting Trump. He's a clown, dude. I've already made the perfect case for Trump. You got nothing to lose. Kamala Harris sucks. You know she sucks. You might as well take your chances with Trump. Period. No one can argue with me otherwise. You're not going to be able to sell Kamala Harris. You're not going to be able to convince anybody that she's worth a damn or she's going to fix anything. She's been vice president the whole time. She's part of the Biden administration. She is to blame too. Why? I love how she's campaigning. She's like, when I get into power, I'll fix this. Why don't you do it right now, bitch? Why don't you do it right now? You're vice president, bitch. Are you telling me that you and Biden are arguing behind the scenes and Biden won't do this stuff? You see what she announced today? They're going to do try to use the government to control the prices of food and stuff. That doesn't fucking work. Read a history book. I argued with this one guy. I didn't argue with him all day, but he was in my mentions all fucking day. Whining, yapping away in a fucking fantasy like never before. Kept saying I hear this a lot. Every time one of these retards has a stupid fucking idea and I tell them it's fucking dumb, they'll say dumb shit like, oh, you fanboying billionaires? Sucking billionaire dick. Like, it's the dumbest fucking shit. Anytime somebody says it, I know I'm dealing with a fucking retard moron. This is the level of intelligence I gotta deal with. A fucking idiot who I sit there and explain to him, hey man, the government is responsible for the prices and inflation and all that. The government's spending, they've devalued our dollar. It has nothing to do with price gouging from these corporations. And what are you talking about? The government cannot control the prices. It doesn't work. It's literally communism. He's like, you people call everything communism. No, I don't. No, I fucking don't. I don't even say the word communism a lot. So what are you even talking about? That's literal communism, though. It's a communistic idea to use the government to control the prices. The Soviet Union did it. Venezuela did it. Guess what happened after they did it? Shit got worse. Kamala Harris announced today that she's going to do that. Remember what I said? It's funny how things work, because I said the other day, when all you idiots was in the Discord talking about, I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump. They're all the same. You better, like I said, you better grow up. You better knock it off. Kamala Harris will make the price of everything worse. Things will get worse. Mark my words. We'll be sitting here a year from now, and we'll be like, holy fuck. Because I will be right once again. Quit playing with this. Quit acting like this is a game. Quit with the black-pilled faggot shit and all of that. You better vote like you got some sense this time. This election is an IQ test for everybody. And I'm here to tell you right now, if you don't vote for Donald Trump, you are stupid. You have a very low IQ. You are not. I don't want to hear how intelligent you are. I don't want to argue with you. You're stupid. And you are going to pay the ultimate price for it. And let me tell you that, you deserve it. You deserve to pay $6 a gallon gas. You deserve the food prices to go. You deserve your rent to go up. You deserve it. Because this election is an IQ test. You have to be really fucking stupid to vote Kamala or not vote at all for anybody. You got to be a fucking moron. They're all the same. I'm telling you now, they're not all the same. You are going to eat your fucking words if you sit your ass at home this time and lollygag about this. And I know what you're thinking. Well, I'll just work harder. No, brother. No, brother. There's a point where there's no coming back from this. This is going to get really bad, and you're not going to be able to work your way out of this. When that dollar collapses, you're not going to be able to work your way out of it. I'll just take extra hours at work. You need to grow the fuck up and vote like you got some sense. Quit sitting around lecturing everybody about how you're above all of this and Republicans and Democrats, I'm above all that. Alex Jones used to say the same shit when I was growing up, and even he knows you gotta vote Trump. Even he has sense enough to know that you gotta vote Trump here. This ain't about Republicans and this is about getting Trump in there and stopping Kamala Harris from fucking the country up worse. You know how everybody voted against Trump in 2020? They didn't really vote for Biden, they voted against him. Think of it like this. I need you to vote against Kamala Harris. I don't need to hear your lectures about Trump's rhetoric or he this or that. I need you to grow up. We're grown men here, and I need you to take one for the rest of us this time. I need you to think about the rest of the people in the country that got to live through this, who are going to put a gun in their mouth and blow their brains out because they can't do it. They can't do it now. You understand? They can't do it right now. And you're going to make it worse. And they're not going to be able to do it. People are not going to be able to do it. Crime is going to increase because what are you going to do? You're going to have to steal shit. You're going to keep playing with this, and you're going to suffer, and you're going to get to a position in this country where we can't get out of it. We can't vote our way out of it. We can't do nothing about it, and this is just going to be the new reality of our lives, where our rent will triple. All our bills will triple. The price of food, everything will skyrocket. I suggest you take time tonight after this stream to educate yourself on what happened to Venezuela and the fucking Soviet Union when they did that shit she's talking about doing. Things will get so much more expensive and worse. There is no reason to do that. To willingly do that to yourself, you have a level 60 IQ. You are below retarded to me. I can't even wrap my head around it. I really can't. The other day when they were in the Discord going, I'm not voting Trump. Who cares? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. What is wrong with these people? These are people that seem intelligent most of the time, but holy fuck, the lack of intelligence I witnessed the other day boggled my mind. Come to your senses. Holy fuck. What are you, rich or something? Who can afford for Kamala Harris to make it worse? And she will. She's literally saying she's going to. Like, she's announcing it. I didn't even need her to announce it. I knew she was going to fuck it up. She's already fucking it up. She's the vice president. She's responsible for this. She's already doing it. She's worse than Biden, though. Dumber than Biden. She will make it even worse. And she's coming for the guns. I mean, she is extremely fucking radical, bro. She's not fucking around. You have to understand, this is a woman, the first female president. She is going to come into power with something to prove, and she is going to do things that is dumb as fuck, but she's going to think she's saving the people and all this horse shit, and the media will, oh my God, the media will not cover any of it. They will lie for her. She's the first female president. They will not say a negative thing, one, about her. It will be the most insufferable 4 years of your fucking life. Now, why you would ever choose, and by not voting Trump, you are choosing it. Let's grow up here. You're choosing it. I don't want to hear this horse shit about, well, I'm not voting for anybody, and so, I'm not the problem. You are the problem this time. You're the problem. Normally, I would tell you, yeah, don't vote. That's the best thing to do. But this time, you need to vote for Trump. You need to understand how serious this situation is. And yes, maybe Trump won't fix everything, but Trump's not going to do these things that she's saying she's going to do because Trump knows it's stupid. That's what you're voting for, dummy. You're voting for a guy who's not going to make it worse. He's not going to come in and try to use the government to control the prices with fucking literal communism. He's not going to do that. He's not going to leave the border wide open. They're going to leave the border wide open for another 4 years. Your wages are going to continue to go down. Crime going to go out. Who you think coming over that border? Nice people? It's such a serious thing that I just, when I see people acting like it's not, it's pathetic to me. You're too old to be acting like this. You need to grow up. You're not a kid anymore. You're not a teenager. You're not in high school. You guys are in your 20s. Grow up. Who the fuck willingly would do that to themselves? Willingly allow her to get into power and make your life more expensive and worse? Who would ever choose such a thing? If you all choose it, I'm here to tell you, don't ever don't ever come in my stream and pretend you're smart. You're not smart. You willingly decided to make your life worse. You made a choice, a conscious decision to do it. All you had to do is simply vote for Trump. And that gives you the chance that things might get better. He's not going to put in fucking price control laws and shit. Then idiots on the internet sitting on Twitter all day. It's not... Making sure they can't price gouge us is not a bad thing. You corporate dick sucker. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sucking off corporations, you fucking retard. You're sucking off the government. I'd rather suck off corporations. Corporations have done more for me than the goddamn government ever has. Everything I get every day is from corporations. What are you talking about, moron? Get over your hate for fucking billionaires and corporations. It's fucking pathetic. The billionaires ain't the problem. It's the fucking government. Well, billionaires got all these loopholes and everything. Who you think wrote the laws? The government! Idiot. Hey Siri. Where you at, bitch? Hey Siri. Nah. I'll do this. This solid red horse shit needs to stop. What are you talking about? Yeah, you should vote Republican straight down the ballot. Like you have some sense. No. Patrick Bet-David did a podcast on this with some guy that wrote a book on this type of shit. The people that moved to Texas was mostly Republicans. So they're probably not going to vote blue. I mean, what's happening in the country is actually a sign of a coming civil war. This is what this guy, he wrote a book on this. And Patrick Bet-David interviewed him, and he's talking about this. It's a good show. I think it's called The Fourth Turning or something like that. But they go over all this, and these people, like, leaving, people are moving away. Like, they're moving to... All you can hope for is that happens. You can laugh. That's another thing. You'll be able to laugh at the liberals. Isn't that worth voting for Trump enough, just to laugh? You get a possibility that he makes things better. Kamala won't be in power, so things won't get way worse because she'll go crazy. And it'll be funny to watch the liberals. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't vote for Trump. I just don't get it. Oh, he supports Israel. Bro, grow up. Grow up. Who cares, by the way? Who gives a fuck? You guys are obsessed with that shit. Like, who cares about that? Why do you care, by the way? Why do you give a fuck that our country supports its ally Israel? Why do you care? What, do you want them to support Palestine? Who gives a fuck, man? Who cares about that? That ain't even a thought in my mind. Who the fuck? I don't care about all that. I don't give a fuck about Israel. Give a fuck about none of that. I'm not fucking worried. That's not what you should be voting on. They're all going to support Israel. So, I mean, who cares? And why do you care that they support Israel? Who cares? What are you, some fucking Palestine leftist nerd? What do you care? I'm here to tell you something right now. All right, and this might shock you what I'm about to say. But it's actually quite normal to support your ally after they've been attacked in a gruesome terrorist attack that is comparable to 9/11. It's very normal that you would support them in their efforts to seek revenge. I mean, what kind of an ally wouldn't? It's not very much of an ally. The only ally I want, where I get attacked, they murder my whole family, and my so-called allies like, yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. You won't even send a check. And let me tell you this. I listened to Netanyahu's speech. You know that speech I was crying about? The only thing you were talking about is how everybody stood up and clapped for him. I didn't even think that was that weird, because I feel like they show respect to all foreign leaders that come over here. I just think it's a quite normal thing, and I didn't see it to be that shocking. I bet you could find other speeches foreign leaders have given to Congress. I'm sure it happens all the time. You're just pretending it's just some abnormal thing, when I feel like if I took the time to look into this, I'd find tons of examples of it, and there'd be a lot of clapping and shit. It's just like, yeah, whatever. But I actually listened to what he had to say, and I gotta say, I thought he made a lot of sense. I thought he made a lot of fucking sense. He said a lot. He said real shit. Which is why I realize why you guys are so mad that he gave that speech. It's not that they were clapping. It's that he said some real shit. Now, maybe he's full of shit, you know what I mean? I'm sure he is to a certain level. But he was saying some shit that was like, it made sense. He was like, remember, they don't like Americans either. Our enemies are the same. And I'm like, they actually are. Because Iran don't like me. Iran don't like Americans. All these terrorist motherfuckers over there, they don't like Americans. If they got a hold of any of us, they'd hold us hostage for money or kill us or something. And we've seen many examples of people getting beheaded and shit. If you was an American and these guys got a hold of you, they certainly would use you to their advantage. Simply because you're an American. They're not a friend to me. Where am I going to be safer? In Israel, if I visited Israel, or Gaza? I mean, where am I going to be safe at? I'm probably going to be safer in Israel. I mean, if Trump's president, I'd be safe anywhere. And if anyone laid a finger on me, he'd kill him. I've seen him do it, so, you know. You keep care, but it's like, I can show you some examples where it seems like he does. He certainly cares more than Kamala Harris or Joe Biden ever did. If Trump would have been president when they pulled out of Afghanistan and the Taliban would have killed some of our soldiers, Trump would have fucked them up. He would have said, fuck pulling out. He'd have took over Afghanistan. He'd have took it over. They've been trying to take it over for fucking ever. He'd have probably actually got it done. I mean, these people are retarded. They're like, Trump doesn't even care about you. Kamala don't... I mean, what are you talking about? Kamala hates me. Kamala hates motherfuckers like me. Liberals hate motherfuckers like me. Like I said, I'll take my chances with Trump. Trump may not care about me or anything, but he's not out to get me. Kamala's out to get you. You can live in denial all you want. That bitch is out to get us. She hates motherfuckers. Something happened to her in her life. She hates motherfuckers, dude. She's a scornful woman. And she's got the most pussified husband you've ever seen. But apparently cheats on bitches and shit. He might have fucked Joe Biden's wife. You seen that weird video of them kissing? Who does that? You ever seen that? Where Kamala Harris' wife, I guess that's really what he is. That's a good way to put it, ain't it? Kamala Harris' wife, Doug, kissed Jill Biden right on her goddamn lips. Like they was a married couple or something. It was fucking weird. Did it in front of everybody. Well, I'll probably be working that day, so just have to see what's going on that day. Trump wins Kentucky 50-50. You're smoking crack. Trump wins Kentucky easily. In a dominant fashion. Pure dominance. People around here ain't voting Kamala Harris, son. Come on. You don't see a lot of goofy people wearing masks around here. I seen one bitch, there was actually some chick at work wearing one. I was like, what in the world? It's crazy. Some people still wearing them. You see it every now and then. You don't see it a lot, but you do see it from time to time. There'll be like one person. There'll be tons of people, and there'll be one person in a mask. Like 100 motherfuckers in a building, dude. There's one motherfucker in there, still in the mask. Oswald was in my DM saying they're going to bring lockdowns back. What's he talking about now? What's going on? No way they'll do that. That's a surefire. Well, I feel like you lose the election, you try that. There's no fucking way in hell. There's no way in hell. People are just going to go, yeah, fuck it. Ain't no way in hell you can pull the same scam 2 times in a row that quick. You can't be like, oh, another pandemic. Oh. Especially monkeypox. We all know what that is. It's gay guys butt fucking. We know what's going on with monkeypox. Kamala's taking those guns, by the way. She's got something to prove, and she's looking to come in and make drastic changes. I can see her like saying, you know, these men failed and they didn't have the courage, but I'm going to show them what a woman can do. I'm telling you, she's going to be insufferable. You're going to want to fucking kill yourself. I'm telling you, you're going to be so broke, you're going to be suffering, and you're going to be listening to that cackling and that horse shit. And Trump will be in prison. You're going to want to fucking kill yourself. And it all can be avoided with just a simple vote. A simple vote. It can all be avoided. You can live a totally different 4 years where you just laugh at liberals for 4 years where they're powerless and they just look like a bunch of dorks. Like literally their only move left will be to try to kill Trump. And they will. They'll try again. Them trying to kill Trump was all I needed to know. That tells me everything I need to know about who I need to support. Because I know who tried to kill him. I know it's the people that run the world, and I know they're bad people, and they try to kill him. When the evil people that run the world are trying to kill him, he cannot be that bad. He can't be my enemy. He just can't. I'm going to support him. Because them motherfuckers ain't my friends. They don't like me. Everyone that's against Trump hates motherfuckers like me, so why would I support their candidate? That's something y'all would do. Y'all go against your own interest. It's all the same. when she wins and you go, damn, look at the gas. I'm going to be saying that every day, by the way. That's what I'm going to say every day. I'm going to go, it's all the same. It would have been the same under Trump. Who cares? Why are you whining? It's all the same. It's all the same. I love how people got to cope and pretend that my vote seals the election. You better get serious, like I've been telling you for years. You better get serious. You better get serious. You better figure out where you live, and you better figure out how important your vote is, and act accordingly. Why would I be afraid of jury duty? I'm already signed up for it. I signed up for all that at 18. What are you talking about? Nobody's afraid of anything. I have a life. I'm busy. I'm going to be working on a Tuesday. I'm not going to be sitting around all day. Can we ever have a highly intellectual, serious conversation? Because anyone, let me tell you this might hurt some feelings, but anyone that thinks Trump is going to lose Kentucky is an absolute moron and doesn't know anything about politics and has no business sitting at the adult table talking about adult topics. Go sit and talk about sports and guys throwing a ball around the field like a child. That's more the child area. You know, children play sports. Sports is a big thing when you're a kid. Grown men talk about politics and world events. You know, shit that actually affects our life. These football players and stuff, not doing nothing. Doesn't matter who wins that game. Matters who wins the election, though. Because who wins this election, you're going to feel it. If Kamala wins, you're going to feel it every day. You're going to regret her winning that election. You're going to wish you would have spent a little bit more time educating yourself on shit that matters and less time worrying about the stats on some gay fucking game that you got $100 on. Shouldn't be gambling anyway. By the way, the gambling's going to go too. You're going to have money to fucking gamble anymore. I told you your little cars are going to go. Your cars, getting a car is a bad investment at this point. Because you guys are going to elect a woman who is against oil. She's against fracking. She's against all these things. What do you think's going to happen? She's more extreme on oil and stuff than Biden is. And look what Biden did to it. Look what Biden did to the gas prices. I kind of hope there's a sick part of me that hopes she wins just so I can get on here every day and go, look. And then I can listen to you 4 years from now still wanting to play games. I just want to see what level of suffering it's going to take for people to grow up. I'm just waiting to get to that point. I've been at that point for about 4 years now. You got a ways to go to catch up with me. You're going to get there, though. That gas price will get to a certain point where you'll go, my God. You'll stop fucking trolling, stop acting like a child, and you'll start getting real fucking serious. You just ain't feeling it. Now, you could grow up, put your ego to the side, and care about your fellow Americans and say, you know, I'm not really feeling it right now. I'm fine, but there are people that are feeling it heavy, and it can't get any worse. It can't be allowed to get worse. You could stand up for the country for once in your miserable, fat, fucking sad faggot existence of a life. But you won't. So don't call me a coward. Don't dare call me a coward. Because while you were sitting on the sidelines, I sacrificed all my money on here to fucking defend Trump. So where the fuck you motherfuckers been? You've been sitting on the fence. You've been sitting here saying they're all the same, all that faggot shit. We've been listening to y'all for fucking years. Easily the most important election in your life right now. Easily. I mean, you're literally going to be in communism. And you're going to regret it. I mean, you should vote. But I mean, you live in Texas. Trump ain't losing Texas. If you live in a place that's always blue, you should go vote fucking Trump and try to flip the goddamn thing. But if you live in a place that Trump's going to win like 70% to 30%, what the fuck are you? It's not that big of a deal. This is common sense. It's not hard to figure out what a swing state is and what's a red state and what's a blue state. You can look at election statistics. When's the last time Kentucky presidential election voted blue? Decades. Did Obama? If Obama can't win goddamn Kentucky, what the fuck you think fucking Kamala can? You high on crack? This reminds me of people were telling me Amy McGrath was going to beat Mitch McConnell, and I was like, dude, Amy McGrath never had a chance ever. Ever. Mitch McConnell's got it on lock, okay? He's got it on lock. The libs are not the ones moving to the red states, man. Conservatives are leaving the blue states. I just explained this to you earlier. Patrick Bett did a whole podcast on it explaining it. This is the pretext to civil war. Look it up. The fourth turning. Look it up. Guy has studied civil wars around the world. This always happens before civil war. The country divides itself. Sometimes it's racial, sometimes it's political parties, but there's always some type of division, and people move to areas with like-minded people to get the people want to escape the liberalism, or they want to escape the conservatism, whatever it is. That's what you're seeing. You think that's liberals moving. That's not liberals. And those liberals are moving to Austin or something. They're moving to liberal areas anyway. They're already liberal anyway. It doesn't really matter. They're not moving to the red areas. And it's not all liberals moving. It's a lot of people fleeing the COVID restrictions. The fucking liberals got out of control during COVID and people fled that shit. So a lot of those people, I mean, I can prove this. There's actual literal proof of this idea that I'm saying. Florida became more Republican. All those people from California left and went to Florida, and Florida became more red. It was, you all think liberals were fleeing their states. Why would liberals flee the state? They vote for these people. Why would liberals go to Ron DeSantis' state? Or they hate these people. Why would they go? Conservatives went. Because you really have no choice. I mean, you're literally in a hostile environment. This is what this guy was explaining. This is the slow burn to civil war, where you can't live around these people anymore because you don't feel safe. You don't feel comfortable to say how you feel about things because you're around all these fucking people that are just fucking, they hate you. Florida became so red that they're going to get more electoral votes and shit after the next census. That's how many Republicans fled there. You're going to see more of that, though. Everyone's going to divide. Red states will get redder. Blue states will get bluer. And as for these swing states, I mean, they're going to have to go one way or the other. It's not good when people are moving away from each other because they can't get along, they can't agree on things. It's a bad sign. Guy wrote a whole book on it. It's happened in every civil war in history around the world. This is how it starts. People move away. I'm aware illegals and dead people are going to vote, but I'm also aware that Kentucky, let's bet on it. From now on, when y'all say dumb shit that I know is not going to happen, let's bet on it so I can make some money off your stupidity. Put some money where your mouth is. You really believe that shit, put some money on it. How much you going to bet me that Trump loses Kentucky? Because I understand politics better than y'all. I understand the state I live in better than y'all. I mean, Google it. Type this into Google, because I can't. When's the last time Kentucky voted Democrat in a presidential election? Google it. My daughters ain't even into politics. My kids don't even care about any of that. Politics isn't pushed on my kids by anybody. I don't believe in it. It was never pushed onto me. I was allowed to figure things out myself, come up with my own conclusions about these things. Wasn't brainwashed as a child by my parents to think a certain way. I'm aware. I literally just explained to you. See, this is what I mean by this stream, where I just take 5-10 minutes out of the stream to explain something, and then you all just pretend it didn't happen, and it's stupid. So, let's explain to you that it's not the liberals that moved. The majority of the people that moved are Republican. Red states get redder, blue states get bluer. I literally showed you an example, the state of Florida, which became redder after the COVID moves. That's why people moved, to escape COVID restrictions. Now, let me ask you this. Now, this is going to take, you're going to have to use your brain here. There's nothing unhinged about me. You're going to have to use your brain here. Who do you think was trying to escape COVID restrictions? Liberals or conservatives? You know the moves are directly related to the COVID restrictions. Who was trying to get away from COVID restrictions? A liberal or a conservative? What makes more sense? I don't think my ex-wife gives two fucks about any of that stuff, quite frankly. I don't think she's worried in the slightest about politics. But I don't talk to her, so who knows? Who cares? It was 10 years ago. Gotta move on at some point. The girl I'm dating is conservative. The last girl I dated was conservative. So, that's simply not true. I quit dating liberal women because we just don't have anything in common, and they're annoying. The girl I'm dating now is more of a conspiracy theorist than I am. She be sending me all kinds of crazy shit. I'm aware the libs are retarded, but once again, I'm going to say this one more time. A majority of the people that moved were conservatives. You're you're just glossing over that literal fact that I've proven. I've given examples that this actually happened, real world examples you can look at and go, oh yeah, it happened in Florida. So it's probably going to happen in a lot of places. Because if you're moving to escape, once again, I'll ask the question, who do you think was fleeing COVID restrictions? A mask wearing vaccinated liberal or a conservative who doesn't believe in that shit? Who do you think fled? You see how you have to use your brain to really go over this stuff, and you'll if you just think about it, you'll figure it out. You don't need the news to tell you or anything. You don't need Ben Shapiro to make a video. You just have to use your brain. Who fled COVID? No, liberals were not fleeing COVID restrictions. No, no, no. No, 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 no. People that fled COVID restrictions are not hardcore liberals. They're not people that they're not vote blue no matter who people, which is the way you're describing these people. There's no way a vote blue no matter who brainwashed liberal moved to Texas or fucking Florida to live under Satan DeSantis. I don't believe it. Remember, I interact with these liberals all the time. I listen to them. There's no way. They believed in COVID restrictions. Why would they flee them? The people that fled them didn't believe in them, didn't want to live under them. Conservatives. It's just a fact of life. We can bet on it, though. We can bet some money that Trump will lose, because I want to make money on it. It's a good bet for me. It's easy money. I'm 100%, I'm 110% confident Trump wins Kentucky. In fact, if you walked into any place where political experts were talking about politics or whatever, and you said that Trump was going to lose Kentucky, they'd laugh you out of the fucking place. It's just, it's not even worth discussing because it's so dumb and stupid. It won't even happen. And if it did happen, here's the thing. If it actually happened, the least of your worries is me. The least of your worries is my vote, because it ain't my fault. If he lost the state of Kentucky, he would lose in a massive landslide election all over the nation. He would probably lose Texas. He would probably lose Florida. He would lose so many states. Because to lose Kentucky would show that Trump is hated to just a level that, my God. It would be like a Kamala losing New York or California. It would just be so shocking. And you would know when you saw it, you would know Kamala's in for a long night. She's going to get blown out in the election because she can't even win New York. Kentucky's the same way for Trump. There are certain states for Trump that if he lost it, you'd be so shocked. And you would know what's coming next. He's going to lose all these other states. It's going to be a blowout. Luckily, that's not going to happen. And if it did, here's the thing. It's almost comforting if it did happen, because you could just go, this country's fucking retarded. Like, this country's gone, son. And you could literally just stop voting and stop giving a fuck at all, because literally you're surrounded by morons. So even red states are voting Kamala. It would just be such... It would be so demoralizing. I wouldn't even care anymore. I wouldn't even talk about politics anymore. I mean, you people are so dumb, it wouldn't be... I mean... Like I said, imagine if Kamala lost the state of New York. Imagine how depressed the Young Turks would be on that stream that night. Imagine how they'd be acting. They'd be like, what the fuck? There are certain things that would be shocking because they rarely ever happen. Republicans losing the state of Kentucky, it rarely ever happens, so when it does, it's shocking. And I know you want to get up on the governor. The governor, I've explained this many times, is a moderate. His father was the governor. The Bashir family has history here. There's a level of respect that people have for the family. You just have to accept it. You don't live here. You don't understand it like I understand it. You know, Matt Bevin was ahead of his time. You know why Matt Bevin lost that election? Because he went after teachers' unions. Teachers' unions are fucking hated right now. Matt Bevin was ahead of his time. He was ahead of his fucking time. He went at the teachers' union and the teachers. And that's why he lost the election. I remember people wanting to argue with me about that. They just don't understand nothing. I watched the local news at the time. I know what the fucking local news was talking about. They kept saying he's fighting with the teachers, and he's gonna cost him the election, and it did. But if he would have done it after COVID, it would win him the election. That's the funny part. It's so fucking funny. Like, I know he's sitting at home going, "What the fuck?" And I think he was saying they shouldn't make as much because the kids, if I remember correctly, it's like the kids' the test scores are low, whatever. The teachers suck. They should get a pay cut. They suck. They're not even doing their jobs. They're teaching the kids about butt fucking and shit instead of teaching them how to read. Like, if you want to be paid a lot of money as a teacher, the kids you teach should be smart. They should be learning some shit. And if they ain't learning nothing, you're a bad teacher. You're a terrible teacher. Not everybody should be a teacher, by the way. We need to overhaul the teachers. There's so many of them that have no business being in there. Well, if you'd like to bet me that Trump is going to lose, I will take any bet that Trump's going to lose Kentucky. I will rack up money that night. And they call Kentucky early, so I get my money early in the night and I can go to bed. You are saying that. You're saying if I don't vote, you all do this every time, by the way. If I don't vote, Trump's going to lose. He's not, though. Because there's no risk. I'm literally not taking a risk at all. Because I know, and I just explained it, I know that if Trump lost the state of Kentucky, the election would be over anyway. Do you not understand it would be such a bad sign for the rest? Do you understand that Trump, I'm pretty sure, beat Biden like 70% to 30% or something? He decimated him. So for Kamala Harris to flip that would be insane. And it would be over. There'd be, and one vote's not flipping that tight. You get what I'm saying here? I actually understand politics. I actually understand that for that to actually happen would be so incredible that it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. My vote is truly irrelevant based on the state I live in. Will you move? Unless I'm voting Kamala Harris, my vote doesn't really do much because Trump's got the state in the bag. But for him to lose, Kamala would have to flip the state in such a drastic fucking way. Like, it would be insane. And it would signal that Trump is in for a long night. He's going to get decimated all over the country. There's no chance. I understand this very well. So it's like, I'm not going to worry about it that day. I'm not going to take time out of work, or I'm just not going to worry about it because there's no risk. I don't live in Minnesota or Pennsylvania or something where I'm like, God damn it, every vote counts. Trump's got to win Pennsylvania, or he's got to win fucking this or that. There are certain states that are not in the bag for Trump, so every vote counts. I've done more for Trump to get votes for Trump than anyone in here. I've gotten more votes for Trump than, so I don't even know what you people are talking about. I sacrificed all my monetization to get people to vote for Trump. I don't know what you're talking about. I've done my part. I'm not the problem here. I don't live in Pennsylvania. I live in a deep fucking red state that you literally go down the road, people got Trump written on the side of their truck, Trump signs everywhere, Trump flags everywhere. People don't hide their love for Trump in the state of Kentucky. People ain't scared to wear a MAGA hat around here. You see motherfuckers in MAGA hats and all. I mean, this is just the way it is. It's a deep fucking red state. There's just one area that's fucking blue, Louisville. That's it. And nobody goes there. It's a shithole full of crime and poverty. Sucks. It's expensive as fuck. It's taxed as shit. Nobody goes there. Nobody wants to be there. And Louisville becomes more blue as conservatives flee Louisville and move to other parts of Kentucky to get away from it. Which is what you're seeing around the country. You're seeing conservatives just flee these areas, get out of them. And what's left, and notice they get worse. Notice all these cities keep getting worse and worse. That's because all the decent people are leaving. They're getting out of there. And you're left with these goofy liberals. And they are dumb as fuck, and they fuck everything up, and it's just a mess. And this concept's going to be put to the test in this election big time. It was put to the test in 2022. We saw it in Florida. We saw how Florida really became dark fucking red. When I was growing up, Florida was a purple state. Florida could go either way. Florida is dark red now, because all of these conservatives from around the country went to Florida to get away from COVID lockdowns. Now, we know a lot of them went to Texas, so we should see the same thing in Texas. We should see Texas become even more red. And anywhere else that people went to, we should see become more red. I know a lot of people went to Tennessee and stuff like that. And this is all explained in that fourth turning episode, where it's like the red states are going to get redder, the blue states are going to get bluer. That's what he said was going to happen. He said it's already happening. And he explained this. He's like, you think it's a bunch of liberals that fled and they're going to go vote liberal. No. It's like-minded people going to live around other like-minded people. And you see this phenomenon every place there's been a civil war. Before there's a civil war, you'll see the people move closer to like-minded people. And that only works for a time. Before it's just like, well, fuck it, we're going to fight it out. We try to move away, we try to get away from you, but it's just not, it's not working. Like, the country's massively divided. I mean, you almost had like where they almost killed Trump. That would have really set it off. And you saw the reaction of the liberals, where they're like, I don't want to fucking... they were wishing it would happen. Like, they're unhinged. They're unhinged. And so people are like, I just got to move away from these people. They're crazy. Problem with the liberal is they won't ever stop. You'll move away, but they won't stop. They can't stop. There's something about them. They just keep coming. They are fucked up, bro. They won't leave people alone. Like, it's all of this division and all this stuff could easily be calmed down if liberals would simply leave people the fuck alone. And I know how liberals like to act like conservatives are all in their business because they don't want them to kill babies, but grow up. Grow up. Conservatives weren't trying to force you to take a shot. It's all the same. It's all the same. I've done more for the Republican Party than any of you in this chat room have with your stupid little vote that you cast every fucking election. I have convinced more people to vote for Trump than you ever will. I have sacrificed more for Trump than you ever will. More for this cause than you could ever imagine. I could have easily sit back and kept talking about the news and ignored politics and made money. But I didn't do that. Because I'm not a pussy. The real problem you got is what you need to be focusing on is not me. You need to quit coping and living in this fantasy world where the election rides on the state of Kentucky. As I said, any political expert would laugh you out of the room if you came in there pushing that horse shit. Nobody, no serious political expert even wants to discuss the state of Kentucky. It's irrelevant. That's like talking about North Dakota something. Who's going to win that state? I mean, come on, bruh. Who's going to win Wyoming? Come on, bruh. Let's get serious here. Let's have a real conversation. This is why y'all lose, by the way. You won't get serious. I've been saying it. Get serious. You don't understand how important this victory is. You have to win this. You're going to be dead. I'm telling you. You're going to regret sitting around fucking worried about who I vote for in the state of Kentucky. You're going to be fucking wishing you would have spent all that time trying to just convince one of these morons to fucking vote for Trump. Just to get one of them. You need to be focused on these swing states. You don't need to be worried about Texas. Or, my God, get serious. You're going to be paying $7 a gallon, bro. You're going to be paying $4 or $5 for a McChicken if you don't get fucking serious. Quit pretending that the election rides on Texas or Kentucky. No. It rides on places like Pennsylvania, Michigan and shit. These are the places you need to convince motherfuckers that live there to vote Trump. You don't need to worry about Kentucky. Trump ain't worried about Kentucky. I can promise you, he ain't worried about it. He ain't sitting there going, oh man, I'm going to lose Kentucky. Kamala's not going to be trying to win Kentucky. She knows. She knows. It's not happening. No point in even trying. She might show up if they think they can get some mayor elected somewhere or something, who knows. But she ain't winning that state. I mean, we had a Democrat governor and our COVID restrictions wasn't even that strong like some of these places because he's got to walk the line. He can't do certain things. He'll get voted out. I thought old Bashir was mouthing off about Trump a little bit too much. I seen him. He was trying to get that VP nom from Kamala, and he was running that mouth. That might end up hurting him, boy. He was running that mouth. You go sit down, Andy. Andy's smart, though. He legalized medical marijuana. That's a smart move. So he's trying to win. He got to walk the line here. He can't go full liberal. You can't go full liberal. Y'all also have to remember that the state of Kentucky is a deep, deep red state. I mean, the Congress, all the state government is all deep red. So there ain't really much Andy can do. I mean, he get overruled on it. It's actually a good balance, because you got the Democrat governor, He's kind of a moderate Democrat type. And then you've got surrounding him just all Republican motherfuckers, so he can't really go crazy. And the Republicans can't go too crazy either because he'll veto their craziness, so it kind of balances out a little bit. That is actually what the country needs, is a nice healthy balance, a nice mix of the two sides. Of course, the Democrats they're insane and radical right now, so they have to calm down and get back to normalcy. Republicans are pretty normal. Republicans have only become more normal to me because Trump has made them more normal, and just, it's like Trump was saying the other day. He's like, we're Republicans, we're conservatives, but we're really just common sense. It's about common sense. And that makes sense. That's the thing about like these people, they don't like Republicans. I don't even consider Trump a Republican, so this isn't about Republicans. Just vote for Trump. I don't understand. You don't have to vote Republican, just vote for Trump. Just don't let this insane woman become president. What's so hard about this? Why would you want it? I can't believe you want it. I can't believe you're taking a fucking chance on it. Some of you are sitting in Pennsylvania right now going, hey, I'm not voting for nobody. What? Now, see, your vote matters. Your vote does matter. Your vote literally could decide the election because you live in a swing state. You live in one of these states that either party could win, and it's a tight race. So every vote counts in those states. And you're lecturing me about the state of Kentucky, where I keep asking you to look it up, but I'm pretty sure Biden got like 30%. Brother, if they wouldn't vote for Biden, they ain't voting for a black woman, okay? They ain't voting for a half Indian, half black woman in the state of Kentucky. Will you stop? Man, the black people here ain't voting for her. They see through her ass. Ain't nobody voting for that. Oh, King Buddy, do you know? Didn't you used to play with T.W. Gore on Fortnite? Didn't you? Wasn't you in some of those lobbies with him? I'm not missing the point. Nice try, but you're trying to make the election. You're trying to pretend it rides on the state of Kentucky. You're trying to say there's some type of risk in me not voting or some dumb shit. There isn't. And I'll be proven nine, and we'll take a moment on election night to touch on the fact that you're all retarded, and we'll move on. Kentucky comes in pretty early, so Trump will win that, and I'll say, see, he dominated Biden, or dominated old Kamala. And then he'll lose Pennsylvania and fucking some of these other states, and then I'll wonder why we wasted so much time talking about Kentucky. Strange. Notice when you watch people talk about politics and stuff, no one's debating Kentucky. No one's talking about it. No one's talking about is Texas in play. Nobody serious is talking about stuff like that because it's silly. Only mindfuck retarded liberals. Like, remember when Junie said that Beto might win Texas? Remember all that? And everybody laughed at him because it's stupid. But see, only mindfuck retards like Junie actually entertain silliness like that. Real, actual people that understand politics, no. Now, that doesn't mean it can't happen, right? But if it does happen, it signals a much deeper issue. Like, Trump's going to get dominated so badly in all these other states. It's going to be a massacre. And at that point, I would think it's rigged, quite frankly. If Kamala won the state of Kentucky, I would say rigged immediately. I would say this election's rigged, 100%. I mean, it would just be so insane. It's not believable at all. It's just not believable. We don't go from Biden getting destroyed to Kamala flipping it. That doesn't happen, bro. No way. Like I said, it'd be like if Trump won New York. It's the same thing. Now you know how silly that sounds. You know that's not going to happen. But you'll entertain the silliness of Trump losing Texas or Trump losing Kentucky. Guys, it's not even worth discussing. We've wasted entirely too much time on it, and this is why I mean by trolling is so stupid. It ruins streams because how many times I got to repeat myself here, and it bores the viewer. The normal viewer that just wants to enjoy a show gets bored by the constant repetitive trolling. It's so silly. Like it's one thing to do it, but you have to move on. You have to once it's been discussed and the trolling has taken place, you got to move forward. You got to move forward. You got to troll about something else, whatever. Because it's done been repeated 6 fucking times. I feel it's like goddamn, silly, wasted time. And then you got to pretend I don't understand what you're saying, like you're some type of fucking intellectual wizard. And, no, understand fully what you're saying. You're wasting our time trolling about something that never will happen. Boring the viewer. That's the silver lining about Kamala winning. Is I feel we will reach a point during her presidency where people cut the shit. And that will be refreshing. That will be like a breath of fresh air when everyone stops fucking off and trolling all the time and starts actually taking this serious. Like I said, I've been taking it serious for 4 years. I did a stream like 4 years ago where I said that this shit ain't even funny no more, bro. This is getting fucked. And that was when the prices was. I mean, I remember gas was like $5 a gallon. Like, what are we? I mean, this isn't funny. Like, what are we trolling about here? The country's fucking going to shit. What the fuck are we doing? This ain't nothing to be trolling about. This is pretty serious. What do you think is going to happen when she tries to control the prices? Do you not understand? I'm telling you, man. Look up what happened in Venezuela after they did it. I retweeted there's a tweet on my timeline I retweeted today where a guy, it's a long ass tweet, but he goes over in depth what happened in Venezuela. Shows you all the evidence and everything, so it's not some shit he made up. And she's said she's going to do that. They said, how are you going to deal with prices? She's going to do what they did in Venezuela. It didn't work in Venezuela. It made things worse. Way worse. I'm talking super worse. There was a graph, okay? And think about it. Things was already bad in Venezuela, right? So the graph is like here. Things are bad, right? It's bad. And then they implemented price controls, and it did this. It's up there by the ceiling. If I can't even reach it. That's where the graph is, like this massive, crazy spike. Where it just went way up. From the bottom of the graph to the very top, skyrocketed. The prices of everything. Food shortages, all the goddamn. When the government tells a business what its prices should be, that doesn't work, gentlemen. That doesn't work. I'm begging y'all to grow up and stop viewing the world as a little child. The evil corporations are out to get me. The evil corporations. First of all, let's think logically about this. I know that's hard for some of you, but you're not forced to buy the products that these corporations put out, okay? So they're not in control of you. They don't own you. You choose to buy this shit. You could just say, I'm not buying this shit, and stop buying this shit. You can do that. And if everybody did that, their little business goes bankrupt overnight. You understand? It's gone. Poof, bye-bye. So, contrary to popular belief, a business is not out to gouge you. I mean, yes, there's price gouging. It happens, and I'm pretty sure we already have laws against it, but that's not why the prices went up. The prices went up because they printed a bunch of fucking money and caused inflation. Well, inflation is only at 2.9%. Well, who told you that? The government? Huh. So let me get this straight. The government causes inflation, and then the government tells you it's not as bad as you think it is, and you trust them? But I'm the moron. I'm the idiot. Not you, me. Because apparently I trust corporations. Now, I don't understand why you would even say that, because I never said I trust corporations. I said that the government is responsible for the inflation, not the corporations. And that's not me sucking off corporations. That's just called a fact. Sorry, you can't handle it. Sorry it bothers some of you, the facts. But they are what they are. About time for bed, by the way. But your homework for tonight is to learn something about the government trying to control prices. Learn about what happened in Venezuela. Learn about what happened in the Soviet Union, because they both did this. And it went exactly the same in both places. And it will be a disaster here. I mean, literal communism. And the dude's like, oh, this is not communism. This is... No, literally it is. Literally it is, brother. I love how people are retarded as fuck, but they're always insulting you, calling you stupid. They don't even understand what inflation is. They say shit like, well, the government said it's 2.9%. You fucking moron. I just told you the government caused inflation. The government is who's the people that drove the prices up. They fucked the economy up. It's the government's fault. It's a politician. And then you're like, no. It's the corporations. No, the government is scapegoating the corporations, you idiot. Why are you sucking corporate dick? As he sucks off the Biden administration. Imagine sucking off the Biden administration. He's deep-throating fucking Kamala's cock. These people crack me up to the shit they say and be like, how dare you talk about who people are voting for when you're voting for Trump? As if Trump is some terrible fucking person to vote for. I'm tired of this stupid bullshit. This stupid shit they say. And what am I supposed to say? You're right, you're not. There's nothing wrong with Trump. He's a fine candidate. He was a fine president. Shut up. You sound dumb. It's not 2016 anymore, you fucking idiots. 2024. You got two choices. Cackles or Trump. I mean, come on. Yeah, fucking break. Starts laughing hysterically for no reason. Just laughing, crazy laughing. Shit ain't even funny. Nobody else in the room's laughing. She'd be cackling away. Fuck is going on? And then people act like it's not weird. If Trump was laughing like that, oh my God, they'd be coming up with all kinds of theories. They'd be so deep in the fantasy, you'd never be able to find them. Being deep in the fantasy is like, you ever seen the movie Inception when they go to the other side or whatever they call that place, the further or some shit? That's where you people are in the fantasy. You're in the further. You're further into the fantasy. You get further and further in. Eventually you get so deep in, there's no coming back. You lose your mind. So you were there. You lost your fucking minds. Now you're voting Kamala Harris. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Good night. God bless.